time I hear you whisper to me that you never would leave me be. I can feel my body echoing for you now.
Do you know what you do to me? It's like a fantasy, I wanna never leave. But isn't it a little funny that you're the one controlling me?
Hey guys, so I'm being fancy and I'm recording my voice separate, and I usually don't do that. It's actually going in the background right now as I speak. Hello! And it's weird. Anyway, we're gonna continue with wherever we were. January 2nd. Unsurprisingly, the food was perfect, but it felt a little empty without the boys he ate with. Most likely, I didn't feel so lonely. Could let it bother me. I ate one afternoon, but it felt good. I don't know what we're doing. And my rabbit will not stop. Why is it whenever oh, whatever. I looked at my alarm clock. I woke up 10 minutes before my alarm. Well, hey, must be my lucky day. Today, karma owed me some luck. After all I had gone through in merely a handful of days, I deserved to get some good luck. Ecstatic for the day ahead, I turned off my alarms before they could ring and got dressed. However, my phone started to quickly buzz from an incoming text. Oh, who's texting me this early?
Yo, Anderson! You're carpooling with us from now on. We're not letting you waste your money on a bus. Get ready and be at your gate at 7 stat.
7 stat? I smiled. My friends were the best. I couldn't drive yet and I didn't have a car, so it was awesome that my friends would let me carpool. I checked the time, 6:30. Perfect, I can eat some breakfast before they come. Packed my bags and carried it downstairs toward the kitchen as I entered. As I entered the dining room, I saw a plate with eggs, toast, and bacon sitting on the table. A fresh steaming cup of coffee sat next to the... Save some for the fishes! Excuse me a moment. I'm a terrible person. Toast, bacon sitting on the table. Fresh steaming cup of coffee sat next to the plate with the sugar and creamer on the side. I walked to the table and couldn't believe what I was seeing. Who made this? I spoke aloud, and a small red note caught my attention. Have a good day, yours truly. My heart skipped a beat as I finished. I could tell it was from one of the boys. Maybe it was from him. I smiled before putting the note back in my bag and eating up. The food was so delicious I devoured every amazing bite. I looked at the time again. Time to go. I quickly rushed to the doors, checking myself in the passing mirror. I wasn't wanting to impress anyone, but I still needed to look decent. Before I could reach the handle of the door, however, someone took my hand. Eh? Oh, don't look so worried, baby. It's fine. I turned to Eric, who was holding my hand back with a concerned frown.
My name.
Hold on, let me turn my light off, because I can't see. There we go. Can't see the screen. My light's on. Your name.
My true name isn't Eric, miss. I want you to know my real name, if something were to happen.
His true name. What did he mean? Why was he telling me this now? Eric gently pulled me to him and leaned close to whisper in my ear.
My name is Uzeris.
Do I even want to try to pronounce it? Uzeris. There we go. Hey! As he said his name, I could feel it lock in my memory. Something in my head would make sure I would never forget it. Eric pulled away and smiled at me despite still carrying worry in his eyes.
If you are in any danger, call my name.
Uzeris.
I promise that I'll come and help you.
I stared up at Eric, unable to say anything. I could only nod in response. Eric smiled before kissing my head. And then heading into the dining room. Something told me that name would be used eventually. And right on cue, Naomi drove up to the gates with Suzu waving me down. I rushed to the door and we headed to school, talking about homework and the coming day. We made it into school without a hitch. Our lockers were in the same part of the hall, so we quickly unloaded what we needed to and got our important books and necessities. First incident of the day. As I walked towards Suzu and Naomi, who were both waiting for me on the opposite side of the hall, something hooked my ankle and made me fall forward. What? Ow!
Hey, are you okay?
Who's the bitch? Who's the bitch?
Who did that?
Good question. The three of us looked back to see Lizette and her gaggle of friends. Lizette had a look of complete innocence while the girls around her giggled like no tomorrow.
Why, you little
Bitch!
Suzu, don't!
I don't know what happened. I just spaced out. I felt a giant fire of anger burn in my stomach as I stared at Lizette. Today was not the only time this had happened to me. However, it was now clear who was behind these incidents. Even if she was innocent and none of her goons did it, it was now obvious that Lizette was the mastermind, just from the look on her face. Yes, 'cause it takes a frickin' genius to figure that out. Or think of the plan. Shut up. She was no friend, nor would she ever be. I had to do something. Just stand up and walk away. No. I wasn't going to bring myself to her level. She was a bully, but I was not going to let her get to me. I had to be stronger than her. Only then would I have beaten her. I stood up and brushed myself off, pretending nothing had happened.
Anderson, you okay?
That was a pretty bad fall.
Yeah, I'm fine. A fall like that is nothing. That rabbit is scaring me. I feel like she's gonna kill me from behind. I merely smiled at them, not wanting to let them know the pain rushing through my body from the fall. My arms were quaking, my shoulders were my shoulders were pulsing, but I remained content-faced. I quickly gathered up my belongings and nodded to my two friends. Come on, we'll be late for history. Suzu and Naomi looked at each other before frowning and nodding to me. Naomi and Suzu flanked me as we began to walk to class away from the gaggle of bullies. As we walked, I could barely see Suzu flipping the middle finger to the group behind us from the corner of my eye.
Friggin' bunch of Lisette feet lickers.
That's gross, Suzu.
It's true, Naomi.
It's true. It's all OMG! Lisette is the best! Let's follow her around because we obviously don't have lives.
Naomi and I could not help but laugh. The group behind us, however, did not like Suzu's words.
At least my dad doesn't screw around in the black market to keep a stupid casino running.
Shit's about to get real, son. Suzu stopped. Naomi and I stopped as well to look back at Suzu, who was completely red in anger. Suzu slowly turned ahead to the group, glaring daggers at them.
Fuck did you just say?
I had to act fast, placed my hand on Suzu's shoulder and gripped tightly, knowing that she could try to push my hand away. Suzu, they're not worth it. Just let it go.
No, I think it's about time we taught them some manners.
Suzu!
I looked at Lizette and her group. Lizette had a wildly amused smile on her face, which irked me to no end. Nevertheless, I knew that fighting wasn't going to get us anywhere. Let's go. I grabbed Suzu by the shoulder roughly, pulling her back to Naomi and me. Suzu tried to step forward to the group, but Naomi held on to her other shoulder. We held on to Suzu, who fought against our hands as we marched to class. Surprisingly, the rest of the day went off without any other incident. I went to class, had lunch, and was anxious to get home. As the bell rang for school to end, I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. A text from Dad. "Oh, we're picking you up. Oh, today. Make sure you are ready. Where did I get that? There. That's kind of a surprise. I quickly headed back to my locker and got my things before waiting for Naomi and Suzu.
Hey, are you ready to go?
Not quite. Actually, my dad's picking me up.
Really? Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
We'll drive home together next time. Tell your dad that we've got you covered from now on.
Okay. Even while I laughed, something didn't seem right. My dad texted me to say this. Why was he going to pick me up? Had I done something wrong? I didn't know. I waved goodbye to Naomi and Suzu before heading off to the usual spot where my dad picks me up. I took the time to listen to my music while I waited. I need to go to another Rise of the Phoenix concert. My back hurts so bad. Eventually, I had played the entire album with no one showing up. What the hey? Sorry, moving my keyboard. Dad's never late, especially not this late. I quickly dialed my dad's number again, but as soon as I pressed call, it disconnected. And I read a signal disconnection error message. What the? No signal error. Blah, blah. How do I not have signal? I double-checked my phone and saw all 5 bars for signal. He must be in dead Before I could finish, a group of hands grabbed my hands, feet, and covered my mouth. I screamed into the hand over my mouth, struggling to pull away from the hands grabbing at my limbs. I felt disgusting and scary feeling their hands on me. My gosh. I needed it to stop.
Hey! Don't dirty up Malix's prey.
Hey, I don't care how tough you try to act. I still like you. The voice, which sent a fearful shiver down my spine, whispered into my
You're
ear.
coming with me, Miss Anderson.
I couldn't fathom what was happening, but before I knew it, I was blindfolded and my limbs were quickly tied up. I felt myself being carried somewhere and was shoved into something that echoed the interior of a bus or van. Yeah. The doors closed and off I was taken, unsure where I was going and why. All I knew was that I was in trouble. All I saw was darkness. I felt numb and I was taken to a place I didn't know of. I couldn't even move my lips to scream. Ugh. Sounds zipped past my ears, first of the interior of the car, and then outside, and then an echoey space with whispers, cackles of people vibrating through it. Ah. However, the wrap on my eyes was eventually removed from my face and my bonds were cut. It took a while for my eyes to adjust, but I found myself in a warehouse surrounded by devils, including Malik, who was smirking at me.
Nicely done! I'm sure those little shits will come running to find you when they realize you didn't return to your precious little mansion. They'll search everywhere for you.
Max walked over and set the barrel of his gun against the skin between my eyes.
It'll be so funny when they find your dead body instead.
What did I do, though? It's the mating call of the demons. Don't worry about it. All of a sudden, a bright purple light engulfed the room, causing the devils around me to cover themselves.
What
the? A gust of wind rushed past me, almost forcing me back. I covered my face with my arms, bracing myself and standing my ground. I tried to peek through my arms to see what was going on, but the light continued to shine too brightly. Eric. He ate full and was like, bitches do what you bitches do. As the gust slowly started to die, the light began to fade, revealing, oh, Eric.
Did you miss me?
A little bit. However, the seductive smile that graced his lips quickly disappeared as he turned to Malix. As Malix lowered his arms, Eric glared.
You really are evil at its core. Kidnapping an innocent woman like you did. It's disgusting how we demons are confused for your kind.
Look at this little man whore Eric right here, boys. Might as well sleep with a disease.
Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he didn't. See, snap formation, you did not. The devils around them laughed, including Eris. I felt a twinge of anger, but he's not a man whore. But Eric must have taken it from me and added it to his own. Eric flicked his wrists and arms across his body, producing a small whipping noise. Owie. However, Malix hissed and reached for his cheek, as if the air had slapped him hard. What the? Eric's just doing a salsa dance around him, with snapping fingers. Hello! Ole! When Malix removed his hand from his cheek, I stared wide-eyed at the large slash that was revealed on it. A mixture of red and black blood gently dripped from the wound, causing Malix to growl angrily at Eric.
So ho ho! Pretty boy thinks he has balls, huh? Time to make this pretty boy a dead bitch.
I love you. Oh, easy there. All of a sudden, Max lifted his gun towards Eric and pulled the trigger. I gasped and tensed up, not believing what I was seeing. I braced myself for Max's bullet to embedded itself into Eric. However, a large and... A what? That's real. Tendril shot up in front of Eric's body, sprouting from the ground by his feet. Oh god, I thought it was like a tentacle out of Eric. I was just gonna say, ooh, tentacle. Quickly after the bullet evaporated into the tendril, several others appeared, forming a dark purple crown around Eric's body.
What?
What
is that?
Tentacle porn, bitch.
Did you expect me to come unprepared the second time around?
Holy shit.
Thanks to my lovely princess, I can now use the full extent of my powers. Unfortunately for you, that means I'm afraid you will lose this fight.
I don't want to do. Damn, son. Damn, son. I keep clicking the wrong button, son.
You cocky little shit!
Malix tried to... charged up his energy and began to fire bullet after bullet at Eric in anger. However, the tendrils danced across Eric's body with ease, blocking each one as if they were mere pebbles to a wall. The remaining doubles stared, trying to figure out what to do. Talking Alex was watching in silence. Eris, however, walked up beside me and crossed her arms as she watched with a few smoke on her face.
Die already!
Looked Eris. Eris chuckled before snapping. Eric, not Eris. Eric chuckled before snapping his fingers, causing a row of tendrils to appear behind him, pointing their sharp ends of mouths. He continued to fire bullets at the incubus. The tendrils uprooted themselves and floated into the air, straightening out two large spikes, before quickly splintering into multiple thinner spikes. I could only stare completely lost and intrigued at the sight as Eric lifted his hand across his body again. At Eric's command, the spikes flew. Okay, this has got to be the most badass one I've seen. Had Malik slashing and stabbing into his body. They were thin, barely making pencil-sized wounds, and only a few went to his body. They scraped and scratched at the skin as they flashed. This didn't kill Malx, however. Malx growled loudly before charging at Eric, causing the incubus to step back in slight shock. Malx pointed his gun at Eric, closing the distance between them, and fired as the barrel almost reached Eric's face. So much reading! Instead of the bullet ripping through Eric, a large explosion forced both away from each other. Malx bounced off the far wall and landed on his knees, groaning in pain. Eric, however, slid across the ground, landing on his stomach. Eric! Malx slowly planted a foot into the ground to stand, but froze before doing so. Staring at Eric's body, Eric, on the other hand, slowly rose and turned to face Malx head-on. Eric reached a hand up and wiped off a small stain of blood that had painted the side of his lip before growling almost animalistically. At that moment, something in the air had changed. Oh, okay. Is my phone off? No, okay, it's dead. Oh, it's the music, okay. I was really confused. The air instantly went from frantic to still in energy. What could have been described as the color red quickly turned into a deadly mix of purple and red, and everything began to blend together all at once.
How persistent. I guess I'll have to go all out on you to finally rid the world of you.
Yeah. Was this the extent of a demon power? My eyes never strayed from Eric's face, however, even as it changed, his eyes began to glow a bright golden color as Eric began to walk towards Malak.
Let's end this.
Yeah. Malix aimed his gun and fired at Eric, but the bullet never made its target. As the shot erupted from the barrel, the ethereal, tendrils erupted from Eric's back. And oh my gosh, you're cool. Oh my god. Tokyo Ghoul reference. Woo, Kaneki! Creating a wing-like barrier from the bullet. Malak stared wide-eyed as Eric's tendrils absorbed the bullet and grew almost larger in size and in number with each step Eric took. Eric's skin slowly began to morph and shift, changing from human to something else entirely. Something about Eric grew darker and menacing, and the transformation was making him even darker. Before I was allowed to see Eric's new form, however, a pair of hands quickly covered my eyes instinctively. I reached up and gripped them, trying to pull them off before he stopped me.
It's me. Don't look.
Whew. Really needed that sip of water. I listened carefully and let the last two words linger in my mind. Don't look. Why? What was being hidden from me? I wanted to know, but something told me to obey Damien's command. I could hear everything, however. I listened as Malak stood up with a pained grunt before being pushed against the wall with another shout. After that came the sound of flesh ripping and blood spurting, followed quickly by Malak's screams. Maybe it was better that I wasn't able to see.
Enough!
Yeah! Almost instantly after Dane's command, the sound stopped. The air grew silent as a pair of footsteps slowly made their way to where we were.
I just had to be sure he was dead. No use in letting him have a chance to revive.
You're getting sloppy, Eric. You've lost your glamour spell.
Thanks for the obvious, Sam. Glamour spell? What did he mean? Why did Eric sound so different? What was being hidden from me?
It's a spell that makes us look human.
Shut up, Damien! I froze. Look human. They didn't look human after all. What did they look like?
Like demons.
Shut up, Damien! As if Matthew knew what Damien was talking about, Matthew spoke up, followed by the sound of cork popping out of the bottle.
Well, not for much longer. Here.
There we are. Thank you, Matthew.
I could hear the small clinking of glass being passed before hearing Eric guzzle down a liquid of some sort. The feel of the air around me gently began to warm back up, insinuating that everything had been returned to normal. Calm down, Rabbit! Don't sass me. Finally, Damien moved his hands from my eyes, allowing me to see around me once again. The devils, including Eris, had fled. On top of what I assumed to be Max's body was... on top of what I assumed to be Max's body was dirty... There should be an A there. Was a dirty sheet that was quickly turning red from blood. I couldn't tell if it was even his body. It seemed lumped together like a pile of parts. The boys, however, had gathered around me, all of them including Eric, looking like nothing had happened. What just... I tried to speak, but everything zipped around in my head at the whole event, and I felt like speaking was impossible.
Let's just get you home, miss. There's nothing more to see here.
I want to see the body. I could only nod. What had happened boggled my mind to the point of disbelief. I was second-guessing everything, lost in the sea of what and how and when. As we walked out of the warehouse, I looked to Eric for some sign that I wasn't dreaming. Eric smiled softly at me before looking ahead, trying to look like nothing had happened. It was over. Max was gone and the boys were finally safe. A wave of relief ran through my body at the thought of never having to deal with a group again. At the same time, a ping of realization hit the back of my mind. The boys were only going to stay after Max was defeated. That was our deal. As we approached home, I could feel something heavy weigh down my heart. It was late, but the boys led me inside, turning on the lights in the lobby.
Finally, we can relax.
Right.
It will be good to have some rest without devils breathing down our necks.
I'm just tired. Can I hit the hay early?
Hold on. I want some tissues.
I think some sleep would be good for all of us.
Damien silently agreeing. Sorry. One sec. I looked at Damien, knowing he could read my mind, and frowned. I didn't want him to know about any of my thoughts on the situation. Yeah, that sounds good. I wanted to just end tonight. Too much had happened, and I felt dizzy just trying to figure it out. However, Damien spoke up, stopping all of us from moving.
Should we be gone in the morning?
The air became still with tension. The realization of the situation hit the boys like a wave, forcing them to turn to me in curiosity. They had remembered their deal and were now waiting for me to decide their fate. I gulped, face to face with the reality of the situation. The boys were leaving it up to me. There we go. They looked like they were willing to accept whatever I had demanded. It was only fair, though, after all that had happened. No, James. You were first, James. I looked at Eric, feeling my heart flutter in my chest. I didn't want him to leave, but... would he ask to stay? I hope that he would say no and ask me to stay. What the fuck did I just read? As if he knew what I wanted, Eric moved and stepped to me, gently moving a strand of hair from my face to behind my ear. He stared into my eyes and spoke, gently stroking in my cheek.
Princess, you've been such a wonderful help to us already. But I'm afraid that I must ask more of you. I've grown fond of being here and of serving you. Would you allow us to stay?
My heart skipped a beat while a large red blush ran across my cheeks. The boy stared at Eric wide-eyed, but didn't dare speak out. Eric stepped back to give me space, returning to where he was. Hello, James, how are you? I moved my gaze across each boy, trying to make a decision. If they left in the morning, I would never see them again. My life could return to normal. If I decided to let them go, that would have been for the best. No goodbyes, no delays. But did I want to? They had done so much for me in this small amount of time. Let them stay. I wanted them to stay. I wanted him to stay. I merely smiled, staring at the man I had come to have feelings for before speaking at last. I would love if you all could stay. Matthew's just so damn happy. Damn, Matthew's that piece so happy. The boys cheered tiredly, but nonetheless enthusiastically. I giggled at the sight. It was cute to see everyone so excited despite the tiredness that ran equally through our bodies. Today was a rough day. My home is your home, as long as you can still help with the chores. The boys nodded in unison, agreeing with the terms I had set for them. Despite the good situation, I felt myself slowly slipping into unconsciousness. However, James quickly clapped his hands together, getting everyone's attention, and waking me up, making sure I didn't pass out on the floor.
All right, everyone. We're all very tired, so let's head to bed, shall we?
Oh! Yeah, sleep is actually a thing. Right.
Just a bit.
We've had a very long day, but it will be good to just relax tonight and tomorrow.
Sleep sounds really good right now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, bro. Broski. I watched a very happy smile grow on I watched a very happy smile grow on Eric's lips. He shared my excitement knowing that we would be together longer. Who knew how long we would stay together? All I cared about was that I would be with him. Hey, baby, how you doing? The others quickly left to finally rest, leaving me and Eric alone at last. My heart fluttered a bit as Eric walked closer to me, gently wrapping his arms around my waist and placing my hand... I gotta learn to slow down. I placed my hands onto his shoulders, leaning close.
Yet again, you spoil me. I'm very unworthy of you, princess.
That's right. That's right you are. Hush, Eric. I just wanted you to stay. I stared up into his eyes, getting lost in them. I didn't know if it was the tiredness or growing attachment to him, but I felt myself lean to Eric's body. It invited me to stay a while, making me forget that my bed was also calling for me.
Listen, about what happened at the warehouse.
No, it's fine. You did what you had to do. I understand. I'd accepted everything while in Eric's warmth. He was real and he was someone I didn't want to be without, even if that meant nothing against my curiosity, okay. Besides, I was too tired to explore the memory further. Eric nodded before kissing my forehead sweetly.
Come, let's get you to bed.
Squeeze. I nodded before Eric lifted me up into his arms like a bride and carried me to my room. I didn't want to leave his arms, leaning my head against Eric's chest, but eventually, I was slowly lowered in my bed, covered with my bed covers. I was still in my school clothes, but I was too tired to strip or care. I looked to Eric, fighting a yawn from escaping me as he gently ran a hand over my hair.
Have a good night, princess. I'll prepare breakfast for you in the morning.
I nodded with a tired smile before watching him slowly stand and leave my room, closing the door. A wave of happiness washed over me as I laid in my bed. I made a good choice. Sure, it would be hard, but I could tell that I'd be able to manage it. Help around the house and being with the man whom I'm slowly starting to fall for would be worth it. I slowly felt my exhaustion take over. I let sleep consume me as I drifted into darkness in my mind. Everything was peaceful. I was happy. Dancing.
You are an interesting creature.
Fuck! I hate dealing with this bitch. I just, sat back. My hand in a fist. I have a tissue in one hand. Just threw at the computer screen. Just fuck it. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here so I don't have to deal with this sadistic bitch right now. I'll see you guys next time. Oh my god, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I meant to stop the recording. Okay, bye.